Hello everybody, this is Frogman and welcome back to Manufactio. This is going to be episode 51. In the last episode we got to do a little bit of messing around as far as various things are concerned, including some collector stuffs and some things, and we're going to play with this here in a little bit because the idea I have is to kind of help augment the Hellforge setup with at least 1 or 2 or 10 of these. We're just going to give this a test, but what I want to start out with today as far as the beginnings of the episode is I've been staring at that box and that bin for a long time, and I know that we have the ability to turn in several of these challenges, or at least we can start automating some of these challenges. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and hand in this elite control circuit completion thing here so that we can possibly start the next circuit one, which is going to require us to set up an automation for, or at least tell the AE system we need it to make a whole bunch of things. So let's grab 1,000 of those. And I think I'm going to start over, we'll just do this. Let's grab you and grab a bunch of those. So let's get our inventory emptied out. I need 1,000 of those. Oop, too many. Way too many. Do that. That'll work. And we're going to run this over to the claiming area, which is right here, which apparently there's still something in this chunk, but that's fine. Not really concerned with it at this point. What are you working on? I should probably look. But anyhow, we're returning this into this chunk right here where these 2 miners are, and they're just kind of sitting here having a good time. So let's go ahead and turn that in. That's going to give us 12,000 redstone ore, 40,000 iron ore, 60,000 copper ore, 3,000 coal ore, 750 gold ore, and 120 diamond ore. So detect, submit, and claim it. Awesome. That's step number 1 of the plan for today. Let's see where our little thingy is. There's our little advanced ore scanner, and we're just going to check and see what's hanging out in this chunk now. I don't know. Yep, they started up again. That's cool. Awesome. Let's see if we've got anything else going on in here. I think there was still some coal ore or something else left over from this little thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up the rest of these challenges, at least today, and then we're going to see what happens. They're at least the easier challenges. So let's go ahead and look at the next one. The next one that I would like to do is the nuclear power cells, because this is going to require us to set up the this fabricator machine over here with some various things. So I've already kind of got a little bit of the way I'm going to do this time, instead of sitting here letting it run and making a whole bunch of spares, because that you end up with at least a stack plus a couple. This is just basically going to measure if there's something in here and shut the machine off, so that if when we're done with this whole system, we should only have 1 left over instead of a stack. So what we're going to do for those depleted cells is we need to supply that machine with a basic control circuit, some redstone, and the lead plates plus some steel, which means I'm going to have to tell this machine I want it to run pretty much constantly. So because of the way these subnets work, sometimes they don't like to read each other, especially if it requires an autocraft feature. So the thing that I have been doing is that I've been coming in here. This is the reason why this one is this interface is here, because this interface has a crafting card built into it, which means it's going to keep a certain amount of stock on hand if we tell it to keep a certain amount of stock on hand. So I would like at least 16, we're just going to say 16 lead plates. And that's going to make the machine make a bunch of them. So he's going to sit there and do a little bit of work, and then we're going to go ahead and set the rest of this system up. So that depleted cell required, again, some steel, basic control circuits, redstone, and those lead plates. So steel, just going to grab, we'll grab about 16. I don't think we're going to need much more than that. Basic circuits, again, 16. My inventory's a mess. Wonderful. Redstone, because it wants a lot, we'll grab that many, and those lead plates. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come right over to this interface, and I'm going to tell this interface from now on, please keep 16 of those in stock. That's going to allow it to basically do the auto crafting for us without having to have a machine sit there and continuously run. So that should be putting lead in my rolling machine down here, which it is, and we can hear it run, and it's putting this stuff back into the system. Now, I can also do that right in this interface right here, and we may have to because of how some of this silliness works, because I've had problems with this. So this was the last time I set up something here. So we're going to get rid of those. We're going to get rid of those. We're going to put this away. I'm going to up that to 64. We're going to tell it a basic control circuit of 16, a lead plate, or I should say the lead plate, steel ingots, and then we're going to go grab our lead plates that should be right here. Thank you. Oh, I already had them. Whatever. We got them. And put them into this interface right here, so that that thing is going to continuously try to produce the lead plate system. Now that should pull it out of this over here eventually and put it into this thing. If not, it's probably going to try to auto-craft it itself. But we've already got them kind of in stock, so okay, good. We're auto-crafting either way in 2 different places. That way it can pull from various things. So let's see. I want to... Yeah, we want to make sure all that stuff's set up correctly. And then we come over to this interface here, and we're going to tell it to export not the ender chest, but these, and these, and these. And where did the redstone go? Hello? Where did you go? Why did I lose my redstone? Give me that redstone, please. Thank you. Redstone. And that will start crafting this thing for us. So we'll just go ahead and toss all that in there. And I will toss this in here as well. Plus, I don't need that copper. I can't do that, actually. We need to put it in the other system. And as we notice, we have a redstone signal on, which has now stopped the system from running, so that I'm not going to waste making a bunch of these. Not that it's a really big deal. It's just they're kind of a pain. So again, we're going to use our little friend over here, which we need to go back through all of the fun stuff. We are looking for productivity modules, energy speed modules, nuclear power cells, complete retrieval task. Please go ahead. So that's going to sit there and slowly, over a period of time, hopefully by next episode, be done. Now, that's just literally going to be waiting on the speed of that machine to complete that craft. So that's one. Go in here and put this away because we don't need that or that. Alrighty then, that's one ready to go. So this hopefully will be done by at least, well, it'll be done by next episode for certain. So the next one I want to start on, and I know this is probably going to be a problem as far as just backing things up, because this item duct is going to require me to utilize that rolling machine again to craft things. So let's take a look at item ducts. We haven't made item ducts in forever. Where are they? Item duct, regular item duct is a tin plate and an advanced control circuit to make 3 of them inside a standard fluid assembler or a regular thing. Now, the thing here is, this is something we can auto-craft right now. So, in order for me to finish this project, let me grab up my calculator, and we're going to see. We have that many of those. So, 1,000 minus 341 means we need to make 659 of those things. Okay, well, let's tell the AE system, item ducts. We don't know how to make item ducts. We haven't set up this process yet because we haven't bothered to get to the next step. So what I would like to do here is we're going to go ahead and set up a crafting pattern for an item duct. So item duct, where is he? He's right there, which is going to be 2 tin plates and an advanced control circuit. Will get us 3 of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this recipe up for the other advanced assembler that I have set up to make things work. So tin plate and circuit. One of those. I think it was what, 3? I'm going to have to, my brain is not here today. Item up here. Item ducts are going to be 2. So that's pretty simple. 1, 2. So 2 of these, 1 of those. Do I even have any anymore item ducts? I think we turned them all in. Okay, so we're going to go over here. And this is my fluid assembler that I have hooked up to the AE system. So we toss the, let's see, now I need to filter you. So you need to have a filter plate there, and you need to have a filter for that. And if I toss that and that in there, that'll make 3 of them. Hopefully. There we go. And he's done. And that might not take very long. We might be able to turn that one in by the end of the day. So that makes 3 of those. So item conduits Go. Done. Set up. Give me this. Wonderful. We'll put him in his interface with the... I think I already passed it. Input hatch chest. Where are all the chests? It goes, I believe, in that one. So you make item duct. So we need to tell this thing to make item, if I can spell, item ducts times 659. So let's see how much of this we have. Oh, right. See, now this is one of those silly problems that comes with the system. It doesn't want to do this in a specific fashion because of the fact that I am still using these silos for storage for my circuits. We have 11,000 red circuits, so we have plenty of that kind of stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab... I guess we could do multiple crafts on that. Let's see. How much can we get done for one? So 600. Let me see. Item ducts. We'll just do several crafts on this because we have multiple CPUs available. It said it didn't like what? So let's see what happens if we make 300. You still don't like it because you're done with that. So let's see. Item ducts. Can I make 200? No, we're still kind of having this problem. This is going to lead to me getting rid of those deals, those silos eventually, I believe. So what we're going to do, I guess, is I'm going to go ahead and grab a bunch of circuits. And I think if I am careful, it might try to put them back into the system. Did I set those up so that they don't go back in? Let me look. Where is the bus? Bus. Yeah, I have it set up to bidirectional, so it put it right back in. Anyhow, we'll go ahead and set that up for a craft of 100, and then I'll come back and hit another craft of 100. So item ducts, we should be able to do 100. Yes, good. Start. Do another one. Start. Do another one. Start. And I think that'll be the last crafting CPU, so we're going to leave that alone for right now. So that'll be 300 ready to go. And yeah, I only have 4. So that's what I was trying to remember. I want to leave at least one open for various crafts for other things. But that should have dumped a whole bunch of stuff in this chest, and it's going to work through this carefully. And for that matter, I could just go ahead and grab all this, but I need it to be able to craft the various things. So we're going to let that guy run for a little while, and we'll turn them in as they come in. The next thing I want to look at, since we're sitting here doing all this fun stuff, hauler drones. This is going to require a bit of work to get set up. So hauler drones are going to require us to make all of this stuff here. Now this is as we can see, it's a regular crafting table craft, as well as some of these other parts. This is effectively the same condition here. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to go over here. Man, it's laggy today. I love it. We're going to go over here because I bet I have plenty of those solar panels. No, I don't have very many at all. So we're just going to go ahead and set that craft up then. Okay, I need a few more patterns actually. Let's make a pattern or two. I've never set this up because they're kind of expensive because they require that titanium alamide, and I don't know if we're going to be able to craft any of those. Can I have just one, please? Where did you go? Oh, I love this. Where the science is chewing, this stuff right here is chewing through this thing. So let's just do a focus of that, and I would like a focus of some diamonds, or just grab a, I don't know, stack of those and put them in there. You were supposed to do this. Do that, please. And I'm going to toss that in here for right now and make me some titanium alloy plates, please. Okay, there's the plate that I want. You can stop doing this. We're going to have you just make a bunch of those so that we have them sitting around. Thank you. All right, so patterns. One of the many things I have not bothered to do any work with because of the fact that they are kind of expensive. So we're making them a few at a time, even still at this stage in the game. So, all right, so we need to work on the hauler drones. The first thing we need to work on is the solar panel, which is that guy right there. So we're going to make a pattern for that. And this guy should be able to craft. We have these sitting on autocraft all the time. Iron plates are on autocraft all the time. Chests should be able to be crafted. So the only thing I need now is that solar panel put back into the system. So solar panel. Good. That one. Hauler drone is this. Thank you very much. All right, and I will grab that guy for that matter and turn him in. This is one of those things that I've been kind of handling occasionally, or at least I was handling occasionally with the mob farm because it was giving us several of those occasionally. So now I've been just basically making EMC out of them and making emeralds. So we now know how to make the hauler drones. Now the problem with the hauler drones again is that a hauler drone is going to require us to make or be required us to watch and wait for various things in this system over here to process, namely the electric engines, which are made right here. Now I've got plenty of them. This system is not doing anything at this point, so we're going to set up another crafting system here, and I guess I should not have done that thing with that hauler drone. Oh, go ahead, craft one. Next. All right, so we have a hauler drone right here. And again, we can use this process right here to craft various things. So let's go ahead and make one of those turn-in questy thingies. What was that thing called? Let's see. At Better Questing. The object submission station, which shouldn't be hard to craft other than I need a chest. And as we know, this is required to work with a hopper. So we're going to grab a hopper, and I have the item conduits and whatnot on me right here. So I am going to grab item conduit, signal and servo, filter, so that we can only keep one of these on hand. And these I'm not concerned about as far as what we're going to do with them, because of the fact that they are EMCable. That extra one we make, we can just get rid of him. So, this, that, what the heck, there we go. And one of these, you're going to be allowed to whitelist only the hauler drone. You're going to allow only a single item in that interface there, and we're going to look for the hauler drone on here. I wish there was a way to search for these. Item ducts, fusion reactor, space stations, placeholder. Pool belt upgrades, steel casings, robots, hauler drones. Yes, please. Let's finish this one out now. So if I turn you on, there he goes. Where's this guy at? I don't need him anymore. And then that's going to just, again, very slowly over time, craft us the rest of this stuff so that we can get some of these knocked out. So let's see here. Pick that up. Let's check on our item ducts. We have 306 readily available. Excellent. Let's get rid of them for now. Guess I don't need this. Is that all of them? Grab the rest of them. Let's go ahead and turn those in. Detect submit. So again, we're going to do that a couple of more times. So 100, next, start. We're going to 150. Yes, I can do that. Item ducts. You're probably already made a few. Don't do that. Nope. Nope. Let me have this. I got to remember what the key bind is to do this. Well, we'll just let it roll. We're going to let it do what it needs to do for right now. That's, like I said, that's one of those we're just going to kind of sit there and let it mess around. So what else do we have? This one I'm going to have to set up off camera because of the fact of the way that it works. I do have a good amount of the TGX that it is required to make that advanced ammo, so add advanced. Ammo. This stuff requires TGX in a metal press with obsidian steel plates, and we do have quite a bit of this. Let's see how much we have actually. TGX. Not enough, but that's a good half of it. So we're going to have to set that up as far as processing that stuff. So TGX is made in a chemical laboratory with gunpowder, lapis lazuli, gasoline, refined fuel, biodiesel, or diesel, or gasoline, or gasoline. This is going to be something I will go ahead and work on in between episodes to get that thing started, because there's no point in me kind of going on through that process other than the knowing of how this works. This is also a lot of fun because we actually have to craft all of these. So that's going to be a lot of obsidian, and a lot of obsidian steel, and a lot of things. And luckily enough here, I'm trying very hard not to use EMC to craft a lot of the basic products for the challenge research. So we're using our factory, we're making it do what it needs to do because we have all of these resources. So I'm trying not to use EMC at this point to make various things. So let's go down here while those are running. And I am going to do a test for EMC based things, speaking of EMC. And that is a reason why I have some of these parts here. Actually, I left the condenser. I need to go get him back. What I want to try is I want to see if a basic condenser, or even for that matter, the next level condenser collector antimatter relay system here that we have currently available to us, if it's capable of keeping up with at least one or two of those hell forges and producing iron. So, where is my iron? Hello, iron. There we are. Okay, one piece of iron. All right, just for the funsies of it. So you are, yeah, we're gonna end up wasting some. I don't care. Here, you can have your plate back. Thank you. I want to set one of these up and just see whether or not the basic model version here can keep up with at least two of these guys. Because if it can, then that will save me a little bit of power and a little bit of headache of trying to run iron over here and processing it into this stuff, into that, so that we can run it into this system here and make gold out of it. Because we're still hurting quite a bit. I may end up having to actually use it to augment, not automate, augment the redstone production, because we're not keeping these full either. So this is just me playing around with various things to see what happens. So what we're going to do is, I didn't bother to bring any building blocks with me. We have building blocks down here, correct? Should have some kind of something. Yeah, we can use those. I just need to get it up off the ground so I can get to it. So we're going to go something about like this. So 1, 2, 2, 3. I think that's about where those are, actually. They're right there. So that's where I want to start for fun. Okay, now I should be able to walk underneath the thing. So I think the condenser is going to live. Let's see, this is the bottom. That's the bottom layer. That's actually should be where the first of these are going to go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and you guys are going to be at full capacity. Okay, good. Build these from the ground up, because if you don't build this first layer first, down here on the bottom, they will not run at max capacity. And it's odd that it's the middle of the night and they're working, but it's okay. I'm not really worried about it. Then we're going to go ahead and place our relays on top. And they should still be kind of if I'm lucky. Go ahead and put something in there and let it start working right now. So then we can do this. Actually, I think I probably should have waited on these. Do these around the outside. More collectors. Basically what we're building, if you guys don't know what this is a what's called a power flower. It's just a way of collecting EMC using the relays to make various things. The only real problem that you have with these is that you can't make it 100% great because of the fact that you have to have access to the bottom. We don't have any phantom faces or magical blocks that allow me to reach inside a cluster of things. So I'm going to hope that by doing this now, we might actually get the full usage out of these. Probably not going to. Yeah, we may have to wait till the sun comes up on those, but that's okay. Anyhow, we're going to put the next set on top of these. The relay goes down. The basic process here is that a relay will take the EMC that the collector produces and collect it and then put it into a condenser. So a collector has to touch a relay, and a relay has to touch a I didn't want to do that. A condenser in order to be able to transfer the EMC from one place to another. And it's one of those you have to kind of basically pay attention to it because of this. Now, you'll see, or at least we should see, that the majority of these guys are already running and ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glowstone down on these just to hopefully help this system out. Glowstone, these collectors, depending on how the pack is set up, are required to have a source of light to collect EMC. So that's what they're doing, is they're using light to collect EMC. And I usually just kind of round the outside out with a little bit of glowstone just to make it look a little better. These guys are going to be kind of bad until the sun comes up, but that's fine. How are we doing on iron at this point? That might be able to keep up with one of them. How are we doing on these relays? Are they empty? They're empty. That's empty. And that's empty. And you guys are empty. Empty. Good. Okay. Cool. So let's go ahead and, well, I'm hanging on to those. Why am I hanging on to those? Get rid of this. Go away. Okay. Cool. All right. Now we're going to go grab our fancy box out here and get our impulse item ducts out and a Signal M servo. And about right here. That's actually almost perfect. Almost perfect. So if I do this, I plug that into this system and then run this over here, you should have a little bit of iron in you. Oh, right. I don't want you to do that. Do not connect to everybody, please. Thank you very much. And we're going to go ahead and get our servo on it and do this and go. And that's just going to take whatever shows up in here and put it into the system down here, which will then start feeding these four right here with iron. And that's basically just free iron right now. And it should possibly be able to keep up with at least one of those. So what I want to do now is we're just going to kind of sit here and watch and see what it does. You guys are running. You are not running. You are not running. And you are not running. How much have we put into the system thus far? Does not look like we have a net gain. It is breaking even. So that means those guys are going to be capable of running, that a basic system is going to be capable of running one of these. It might be a little bit net gain. We're hanging out at a 3 a little bit longer. These take about 4 seconds to process iron into gold. It's about 4 seconds according to the little tool tick here. So let's see. It is 4 seconds. I don't know why I say about, because it is. Where did you go? This one. 80 ticks is, divide by 20, that's 4. So 4 seconds. And I think this thing is taking right around 4 seconds, possibly. Kind of hard to tell, given the tick rate on my world right now. Given the tick rate, yeah, I think we're probably, how are we for tick rate at this point? 17. System's really busy, everything's going on, so we may end up making several of these just to kind of process through the system. And the reason why I'm kind of interested in making several of these is because of the fact the basic ones Basic ones here don't require any EMC to craft. These do. So I don't need to be trying to move up to the next level on these, because this is literally, I'm using parts out of my system that I already have currently crafted to make work. Now the relays, for that matter relays here, these don't really need EMC either. The next step does. So these are all craftable because I can just set up a system and make a bunch of parts. So that's kind of what I've done thus far. But that, at least, is what I kind of wanted to play with a little bit today. So we've got that going on. Let's go see where we have with the item ducts. We'll turn those in if we can, and then I guess we can get on to the next episode. Let's see, item ducts. We have 250, which is going to be not quite enough probably, but that's okay. How much are we short now? I just need 98 of them. That won't take much to do at all. Item. Right? Yep. How are we doing over on... Actually, I don't have to run to it. Let's see how we are doing on the nuclear power cells. We have 131 of those set up. Hauler drones, we have 448 of those going. So hopefully by the next episode anyway, we should have this going. Are we still working? Crafting status, CPU1, CPU2, we're crafting lead plates. Those are crafting various things. And of course, I don't have acceleration cards and any of that stuff, but hey, it is what it is. Come on. Guess we can go make a... Oh, right, I forgot about the chicken. The chicken. It's been hanging out lately. How are we doing in here? I think we probably have a bunch of what looks like probably stone up there again. Wonderful. And have we gotten any cool things? Why are you not... Oh. This stupid loot bag thingy. It's blocked. Why are you blocked? There. There we go. Cool. All right. Let's make a check on the mob farm for just 1 second. Just trying to kill a little bit of time while that works. Yes, they've built some bridges. I really need to... I don't know. I'm just going to keep fixing it, I guess. I really should do something to stop them from doing that. But let's see if we have the ducks done now. 99. Boing. Thank you very much. So that's going to get us a little bit of redstone ore, a little bit of iron ore, a little bit of copper ore, a little bit of coal ore, a lot of tin ore, which is nice, and a few diamonds. So claim. Back. Done. So there's a couple of them done at this point. We're going to hopefully have this ready to go. And hopefully, steel casings, I'm probably going to have to just set up and have the applied energistic system do that. So steel casings are right here. This is a lot of osma titanium alumide steel, which we are kind of somewhat crafting. I believe if I correctly have it set up, I've got about 500 of that on stock all the time. It's a lot of other things that are required to make a bunch of crafts that are going to have the applied energistic system just sit there and craft it. So I guess that's pretty cool. I wish the sun was up. This thing would fire up and go to work, but we can definitely check our amount of things in here now, which probably didn't really change, but it should show us 2 different sets once we get to it. And then it should cycle through again. Yep, there we go. That's the last one. Come on. It's kind of the item duct one is kind of a sad kind of thing because it really doesn't take a lot of materials to make, but at least those are done. So hopefully in the next episode or 2 we're going to knock out a few more of these. I have almost all the parts I need for at least creative power, so I will be working to get the rest of that science going, and I will probably set up a system that is going to basically We're going to take all of the science out of all of those laboratories up there, and we're just going to run all 5,000 of that crafted research through all 6 of those laboratories just to get that knocked out, because it's 5,000 science at 6 seconds of craft. It's going to take a while. So I guess, guys, it's been fun. That should do it for today, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.